In 2008, I built my first business. However, it didn't work. Not slowly, not gracefully. It just freaking collapsed. I had just had my second child, and the company I loved working for had made us redundant during the economic crash in 2008. So I took the redundancy package and thought, this is it. This is my moment. And 6 months later, I had lost close to 20K to a scam. And I had to go back to corporate. And if I'm honest, I felt shame. I felt embarrassed, not just disappointed, embarrassed in front of my husband, embarrassed in front of my friends, embarrassed in front of my colleagues, embarrassed in front of the people who warned me, and embarrassed in front of myself. I thought they would see me as a complete mess, irresponsible, naive, reckless. I had spent the redundancy money, I had used savings, I had used credit cards. I felt pressure to fix it quickly, to turn it around fast, to prove it wasn't a mistake. And that urgency is what made it worse. I made it mean I wasn't cut out for business. I made it mean I was foolish for believing I could do it. I made it mean I should have listened instead of trusting my own direction. There was someone close to me who warned me, who said, be careful. But I didn't listen. That part hurt too. The body memory was like walking back into corporate, felt like walking into with my tail between my legs, defeated, smaller, quieter. There was tightness in my chest, relief because I could finally earn again, but also a voice saying, you failed. And here's the truth no one talks about. Failure isn't loud, isn't heavy. It sits on you. But here's what I see now. Failure was not a tattoo. It didn't define me. It only bruised me. It exposed my desperation, my need for quick solutions, my urgency to prove myself. It forced me to grow up in ways success never would have. Going back was not regression, it was integration. I didn't fail at business. I failed at trying to outrun uncertainty. I failed at listening to pressure instead of discernment. And that lesson changed how I lead now. If something didn't work for you, that doesn't mean you aren't built for it. It might mean you were building from urgency, from proving, from fear, from pushing and pulling. And sometimes evolution requires a bruise. Not a badge, not a tattoo, just a bruise. And bruises, my friend, they heal. And what heals becomes wiser. So if you're sitting in something that didn't work, ask yourself, what did this reveal about how I was operating? Where was I rushing? Where was I trying to prove? Where did I ignore my own whisper? Failure is not identity, it's just information. And you are allowed to evolve because of it. And maybe this is the part we don't talk about enough. If you're in a messy middle right now, this is where wisdom is forged. Not after it's over, not when it looks good in hindsight, right here. The messy middle is not proof you're failing, it's proof you're stretching. It's where strength is built quietly, where discernment sharpens, where you stop outsourcing your decisions. You don't gain wisdom after the storm, you gain it inside of it. When you're in it, it feels like a storm. It's like everything you believed about yourself is shaking. But storms don't last forever. And sometimes you don't need a clear sky. You just need a lighthouse. You just need a small, steady light reminding you you will survive this. You are not ruined. You are becoming. Even if you fall, you survive. And surviving with awareness is how courage is built. Not loud courage, not performance courage, resilient courage. I like to call it regulated courage. The kind that says, I can try again. But this time, I move wiser. And maybe that's what you need to hear today. You are allowed to try again. Not because you proved something, not because you fixed everything, not because you erased the mistake, but because you survived it. You are allowed to build again, dream again, risk again, with more awareness, with better boundaries, with slower decisions. Failure does not revoke your permission, it refines you. So if you're sitting there thinking, oh, maybe I missed my chance, maybe I'm not cut out for this, let me say this clearly. You're not done. You are evolving. And you are absolutely allowed to try again.